Okay, this is a theory. I slasher slasher here. Welcome to the slasher horror podcast. And today we're gonna be talking about Stu Macher and Scream 7 one last time. Okay, because people think that Stu is dead, but what Randy said in Scream 1 is you gotta shoot him in the head, or otherwise they don't die. Stu Macher never got shot in the head. So he is still alive. And people that other YouTubers are a bunch of liars. They think they know everything. Randy Meeks already said it in the first movie. You gotta shoot Ghostface. You gotta shoot them in the head. And there's a couple of ghost faces that never got shot in the head. The one from Scream 1, Stu Macher never got shot in the head. Scream 2, Mickey Altieri never got shot in the head. Scream 4, Charlie Walker and Joe Roberts never got shot in the head. And Scream 6, Ethan Landry never got shot in the head. Neither did Detective Bailey, actually. He got stabbed in the eye. I don't know if that counts as stabbing him in the head will kill him. But with all that said, I think Stu is alive for what Randy Meeks said. Because Randy Meeks in Scream 1, he said that you gotta shoot him in the head. If you don't shoot him in the head, they don't die. Which is true. Ghostface cannot be killed unless you shoot him in the head. So, and Stu Macher just got a TV dropped on him. So, Faith decided, I think you're wrong. Because in Scream 7, it shows more clues that Stu is alive. By the way, he said, "Oh, I'm not hiding, Sydney." Not this time, and he showed himself on video cam, on FaceTime with Sidney Prescott, and the way he said, "Surprise, Sydney." Sidney Prescott had a shock look on her face. And she even told him himself, Stu Macher is dead. And what Stu said is, it's my word against yours. And then when Gail Weathers says, "You're gonna die, you AI asshole," Stu Macher says, "I'll show you how fake I am when I stab you in the throat." So, with all that said, Stu Macher is alive. He just faked his death in Scream 7. He faked it. Because they never found the body. And Stu Macher probably threw the TV off his face. Okay. In Scream 7, they said they never found the body, right? So it could be between two things. One, Roman Bridger, before he died, he took the TV out of Stu's head and brought him to the hospital. Or two, Stu walked away and faked his death all these years. And he just decided to show himself in Scream 7 by saying, "Oh, I'm not hiding, Sydney. Not this time." So, and then Stu Macher after that then Ghostface shows himself on FaceTime with Sidney Prescott and bang at Stu Macher. And the camera and Stu was actually moving. So, that's not fake. He was faking his death the whole time. And he said he had a surprise for Sydney and her family. And that's when Ghostface went into her house and attacked them, right? Ghostface went in his house, in which it was Carl that went in the house. Carl is the one who attacked Sydney and her family and her husband in the house. The reason why I say that, because Stu Macher told them to. So, and Stu Macher is the one who actually took Carl and Jessica out of the psychiatric hospital. I believe it was Stu that actually broke them out, because Stu was hiding through the movie until Ghostface said, "Oh, I'm not hiding, Sydney, not this time." And then Stu Macher called her on FaceTime, and he said, "Surprise, Sydney," and Sydney said that Stu Macher's dead. But I don't believe he's dead. I think they're going to keep doing those clues. And even at the beginning, Scott says Stu is not really dead. Even Scott of the opening kill said Stu is not really dead. So, and even at the psychiatric hospital, Gail showed a picture of Stu Macher, and he said he was released 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Like he was released 2 weeks ago. So technically, Stu was in a psychiatric hospital since the 90s. So it doesn't make any sense that Stu Macher is dead. It don't make sense. Okay? And even Matthew Lillard said Stu is still alive. So I think Stu's going to be the final boss. The final Ghostface boss. He's just trying to run his cult right now, and he's not ready to attack yet. But when he said when Stu Macher said it's showtime, bitch, that's when Stu sent all the Ghostfaces, all 3 of them, after her daughter. And then Gail ran one of the Ghostfaces over, which his name was Carl. And nobody knows who he is, right? Because like one of the, like people, like what I say is it's not always someone you know. It's really not. I mean, not every Ghostface Sidney Prescott will know. She never knew who Marco was. She never knew who Carl was when they were Ghostface, but she knew who Jessica was because she was friends with Jessica, right? So she knew who Jessica was from the start because they're next door neighbors, and Jessica even told Gail that they're friends of the family, right? So by technicality, she knew who Jessica was. It's just Carl and Marco that she never knew. Because, see, it's people, a lot of people says it's always someone you know, but those people are wrong. It's not always someone you know. Sometimes it's someone you don't know. Because Stu Macher knows a lot of people that Sidney Prescott don't know. Like, Sidney Prescott don't know Billy Loomis's brother. Sidney Prescott don't know Stu Macher's sister. Sidney Prescott don't know who Christina Carpenter is. So those are the type of the Ghostface that should be in the future movies, you know? like in Scream 8, 9, and 10. And then Scream 11 should be like all about the Ghostface cult. At Scream 11, it should be like 13 Ghostfaces at least, or 10. And then once the cult is dead, Stu should come back and Scream 12 as the final boss. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of ideas that Kevin Williamson can actually do when he directs the movies. Like, he did a good job at the opening kill scene, though. And people say they burned down Stu Macher's house because he's dead. No, they did that because they're darker than Stu Macher. Ghostface was more ruthless than Stu Macher. But Stu Macher, I think Stu Macher, he needs to get shot in the head for him to die. Because that's what Randy and Scream 1 said. Like I said before, Randy knows the franchise very well. You always have to shoot him in the head. You cannot stab him. You cannot shoot them in the heart. So Scream 11 should be a Ghostface cult with the other Ghostfaces that never died. Like Jill Roberts, Charlie Walker, Ethan Landry, Mickey Altieri, and four other new ones, right? Like Christina Carpenter, Billy Loomis's brother. Like, it could be set up like that for Scream 11. Because let's say Leslie Macher is in Scream 8. They could make her survive. They could make her survive and her not die. And her live until Scream 11. And then they can move on to Scream 9 and use Billy Loomis's brother and make him live too. Up to Scream 10, Christina Carpenter, the same thing. They could let her live on that one too in Scream 10. And then it moves on to Scream 11, and then there's going to be Stu Macher, the leader, and all his Ghostface minions will be Leslie Macher, Ethan Landry, Mickey Altieri, Leslie Macher, Jill Roberts, Charlie Walker, Billy Loomis's brother, Daniel Loomis, Billy Loomis's brother, and Christina Carpenter, and two more. So there could be 10 Ghostface, and that's the ending of the cult. And then Scream 12 is made, and they can make the Scream 12 one final scare. One last scare for Stu Macher to come back as Ghostface. I think they should do it like that, though, because I think that's a good idea to continue the franchise instead of killing it. I think Stu Macher will be the only Ghostface, and Stu Macher should be the last Ghostface to kill in Scream 12, and then the franchise will end right there. Um, unless Samantha Carpenter, unless one of the Carpenter sisters turns evil, then Scream 13 will go. But I think it should go up to Scream 12. And then Scream 13, you could be John Kramer from the Saw movies. But like I said, if you guys watch Scream 1 over again, and if you guys watch Scream 1 again, Randy will explain to you that the killer never dies unless you shoot him in the head. And Stu Macher never got shot in the head. So, and a couple of them Stu Macher never got shot in the head. Ethan Landry never got shot in the head. Jill Roberts, Mickey Altieri, and Charlie Walker, they never got shot in the head. So they can use a couple new people to do Scream 8, 9, and 10 that never been in a Scream franchise yet. Then Scream 11, they could use like 10 ghost faces, and the rest of the ghost face from Scream 6, 4, 2, and 1, plus newer people. To have Sidney Prescott, to have Sidney's daughter versus the cult, along with the Meeks twins. So like I said, Ghostface has to get shot in the head for them to die. And like I said, Stu Macher never got shot in the head. So he's alive. Because I believe what Randy Meeks says in the first movie, that you have to shoot him in the head, and they always come back for one last scare, then you shoot them in the head and they're gone. Like, so even Jill Roberts had a deadly ending. And even Jill Roberts had a more terrifying ending than Stu did. Okay? Because let me tell you this one, though. Jill got zapped with the thing that the doctors used to revive you. She got fried. Her brain got fried, and she still got back up from it. So that's an example that that's another example that Stu is alive, right? But other than that, follow what Randy says, and you should be fine. And I will see you. And make sure you slash that like button, turn on your notification bell, and please subscribe to my channel if you're new. And comment down below what you think about the Randy Meeks saying Ghostface only dies when you shoot him in the head. What do you think about what the Randy Meeks quote at the end of the movie of Scream 1 that leads to Stu Macher being alive? Tell me what you think and tell me your opinion. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.